Well, a very good morning, everybody, for Wednesday, the 27th of July. So high pressure is established well over the top of the UK now, as it has been really for most of July. It's fairly slack, not too much in the way of fronts, and hopefully not too much in the way of showers. There were a few showers yesterday, and we have had in the last few days, but hopefully an improving picture as we go through the next few days, with hopefully the soaring picking up as well. Looking at this, no real significant weather, at least expected till later in the weekend. The winds have now become fairly slack, but they are picking up now a southerly direction. We seem to have had about every direction this week so far, as you can see on here. Variable to southerly, so probably here I'd expect 160, 5 to 10 knots at flying heights, probably 5 knots on the ground from the south-southeast. Satellite picture over the UK shows a fairly bright start, sort of intermixed levels of clouds about, but should sort of burn back later so that we have a little bit more in the way of sunshine. Yesterday afternoon worked out quite nicely, so hopefully with a similar air mass today, we should have a really nice afternoon. But you can see some cloud out to the west. That is going to introduce some high cover into our area, which is really going to be the decider on how good today actually is. Public forecast shows sunny to overcast with that southeasterly wind, good visibility, and humidity in the mid 50%. The temperature today, looking on here, probably peaking around 21 degrees, fairly comfortable, and dew points just floating around the 9-degree mark. Let's go somewhere a bit closer. Currently at Farnborough, they have a temperature of 17, dew point of 12, a few at 3,600, scattered at 4,300. And you can see the risk of some showers. I think hopefully that's rather low, but scattered at 4,500 feet, which is just what we want. And no, they haven't updated their one. Rise Norton again, few at 600, scattered at 1,000, broke at 2.5. A little bit more cloudy up that way, but a brighter afternoon, it says in store. So not too much significant on the TAFs. Currently at Lasham, temperature of 17, a dew point of 12, and temperature line starting to climb nicely. It won't really go too high today. And the picture outside looks something in the region of that. Sort of a ceiling of around about 3,000 feet at the moment, with some lower scuddy cloud, which should hopefully burn back. Okay, on to the models and potential flight distance for today. No, okay, we haven't got anything there. Let's go somewhere else. So potential flight distance for today is looking like that, as you can see. Mixed. I think it's as good as yesterday in some respects, but yes, it's going to be fairly tricky, although it looks like the models are frozen again. So we'll go to the site forecast and see if we get anything with that, or if we just got a blue screen of death, which is not particularly helpful. To just read it out to you. Airspace wise today, we have a few bits of airspace going on, nothing particularly local to us, but looking at up to the northeast, we have some Families Day activity at RF Marham. There's a red arrows display there, so just keep well away from that. I'll just get up the forecast, soaring forecast for you as well. So looking round here at around lunchtime, we start off with the risk of some showers and cloud base around sort of 3,000 feet or so. Later this afternoon, so cloud base peaking at around 3,500 to 4,000 feet, but a fair amount of risk of overdevelopment and showers in our area. I don't really think the shower risk is as high as it's suggesting. Certainly there's no real fronts to indicate that. Cloud amounts, and I'm sorry you can't see this. Unfortunately, the internet here is not good enough to support it at times. Cloud amounts sort of very mixed with this upper level cloud. So there'll be, some sort of 5 to 6/8 cumulus at times. Just look at thermal strengths. And around here, probably the best part of the day around lunchtime, where we're getting 2-knot climbs up to 3,500 feet. And peaking at 4,000 feet just after lunch. But the mid to high level cloud is going to be a risk for most of the day, and by around 5 o'clock it certainly seems to deteriorate off quite significantly. Just looking for any other airspace, there is not particularly much going on actually. There's parachute jumping going on at Warminster. That's from 12:45 to 13:15. So just to the west of the Salisbury danger areas. Lots and lots of paragliding scheduled across the area. We have parachute jumping going on at Brize Norton today, up to flight level 120. And I think that's mostly it, to be fair. For those that just a general reminder, anybody going up in the Birmingham direction shouldn't affect you too much, but the Commonwealth Games airspace restrictions have started. It's nothing huge. Those of you that remember the Olympics would have remembered how difficult that was. But it does mean that if you're going close to the Birmingham zone, you need to be very careful, because there is quite a lot of restriction around there. So yeah, nothing much more than that. But unfortunately, can't provide you any more of a forecast than that, thanks to Lasham Internet. So operationally today, we're going to be at runway 09. We have a jet movement at around 2 o'clock to 1:45. It's going to be a bit tricky because this aircraft comes from Farnborough, which, given the distance, means that aircraft can't even start up at Farnborough until we're clear of the runway. So we will be putting in a lunch break once I know that aircraft's on the way. They're dropping off, first of all, the England's women's team back from Doncaster after their good win last night. So yeah, 2XL flying the flag there. But yeah, the aircraft will be at Farnborough, then it'll come to us. There may be another jet movement, but I haven't had that yet confirmed. So 09 in use. We'll see you on the airfield shortly. Bye for now.